The secret sauce to long-term crypto success that most people tend to ignore. Welcome to JRNY TV, where we cut through the noise and we help you actually make sense of what's going on in the wild world of crypto. And today we are getting real. No moon boy hype, no overnight Lambo dreams. Just 5 real steps that can seriously change the game for you if you actually follow them. The truth, 90% of the people who lose in crypto, they don't fail because of a bad coin. They fail because they didn't have a plan. So if you're tired of watching other people win while you chase pumps, this is the strategy that you need to hear. And it all starts here with the one thing that nobody wants to talk about because it's not flashy: having a long-term strategy. In a space that moves at the speed of memes and rug pulls, most people, they treat crypto like a casino. They jump in on hype, they chase those candles, and they burn just as fast. But the investors who actually make it, they take a moment to zoom out. They think years, not weeks. They're not just trading, they're building a long-term strategy. And that strategy forces you to stop reacting and start planning. That means picking your thesis, whether that's the rise of Bitcoin as digital gold, or maybe it's Ethereum as the global settlement layer, maybe even Solana as the next gen speed king, and then aligning your entire portfolio around that vision. But here's the key. Your strategy should be simple enough to follow on even your worst days, because they will come. Market crashes, sideways boredom, FUD storms, it's all part of the cycle. If your plan only works when everything is green, newsflash, it's not a plan. It's a fantasy. And the ones who win, well, they're the ones who can actually keep showing up day after day, even when it sucks. So if you're thinking short-term flips are the way out, think again. This is a multi-year journey. And if you build your mindset like it's a business, well, you're already 90% ahead of the rest of the market. Plan your moves before you make them. All right, so let's get into step 2, the real-life cheat code most people unfortunately skip: having an actual entry and exit strategy. Sounds simple, right? But here's the cold hard truth. Most people don't lose money because they pick the wrong coin. They lose money simply because they had no idea where to get in or when to walk away. No plan, just vibes, and vibes don't protect your portfolio. So, solid entry, it starts with conviction, not TikTok conviction. Real research, real fundamentals. You know those things? You don't just ape into a coin because it starts trending. You enter because you believe in what the project is doing. You've done your homework and you know how it fits into the broader ecosystem, and you know how it fits into your broader plan. So whether you're dollar cost averaging over time, or maybe you're waiting for key technical support levels, the goal is simple. You buy when it makes sense for you, not when Twitter or X says so. And exits, they're even more important. You need to know your goals before you hit buy. Is this a long-term hold for you? Or are you aiming for a 3x and then you're out? Are you going to take profit at certain milestones like 25%, 50%, maybe 75%? Or are you going to hold through the cycles? Write it all down. Because seriously, the second that greed or fear kicks in, you're going to forget everything. That's where portfolios go to die. Having an entry and an exit plan, it keeps your emotions in check. It makes sure that you're not chasing the pumps or panic selling at the bottom. And long term, well, it gives you the clarity to actually build wealth, not just make random trades. So don't skip this. Your future self will thank you. Dollar cost averaging or die. The strategy that never sleeps. If you've ever stared at a chart thinking, should I buy now or should I wait? You're not alone. Timing the market is like trying to catch a falling knife blindfolded. And that's why the smartest of all investors, they don't try to time the top or the bottom. They dollar cost average everything. Dollar cost average. It's not flashy, but it definitely works. And if you're playing the long game, well, it might just be your best friend. Here's how it works. Instead of throwing all of your money in at once, you simply break it up into smaller chunks and invest that money over time, especially on dips. When the market is red, that's when everyone is panicking. That is exactly when you want to scoop up your value. No stress, no guesswork, just consistent entries that smooth out highs and lows over months or even years. It's like buying Bitcoin at $60,000, $45,000, $30,000, and then $20,000 instead of a ping in at the top. Over time, your average cost drops and your risk is way more manageable. You're not trying to be a hero. You're simply trying to play the probabilities. And in crypto, that makes a huge difference. But dollar cost averaging isn't just about numbers. It's about discipline. It's that habit that keeps you engaged when the hype dies down and the charts look dead. When everyone else gives up, you're still building slowly, steadily, and quietly stacking those bags for the next run. Because guess what? The people who survive the bear markets, they usually dominate the bull ones. Stay in the game. Bear markets build beasts. Here's the cold truth that nobody wants to tell you when the market's crashing. Bear markets are where the real wealth is made. Not when prices are pumping, not when your Twitter or X feed is full of green candles, but rather when everything is quiet, boring, and bleeding. That's when the smart money is building. And if you're not active during those times, you're already behind. Think about it for a moment. Every major crypto success story, it did not start start during a bull run. It started during the mud. The people who bought ETH at $90, who stacked SOL at $1, who loaded up on Matic before anyone even cared, yeah, they weren't sipping pina coladas. They were researching, they were DCAing, dollar cost averaging, and grinding through red candles while everyone else was rage quitting. So what does staying active actually look like? It's not just watching charts. It's learning, exploring new chains, testing DeFi tools, joining alpha groups, reading up on new narratives like AI coins, RWA protocols, or maybe the next layer 1 challenger. It's simply building your edge while everyone else is asleep at their wheel. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep showing up day after day, because when the bull returns, and it always does, the people who have been putting in the work day after day during the dark times are the ones who make it out on the other side with 10x, 50x, or even 100x gains. Everyone else, well, they show up late and they buy your bags. Balance is everything. Stack smart, not just hard. Okay, so let's talk about the part that most new investors, they tend to fumble: portfolio balance. It is very tempting to go all in on the next shiny meme coin that you saw on Twitter or X. But if your entire bag is in high-risk plays, you're not investing, you're gambling. The key to making it through this game isn't just about swinging for the fences. It's knowing when to play defense. A smart portfolio, well, it's layered, and you've got your foundation: Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the kings of the space. And maybe that's 60% to 70% of your stack. Then you sprinkle in some solid altcoins, projects with working products, strong teams, and real utility. And yeah, you save a little room, maybe 5 to 10% for the moonshots, the fart, the bonk, and the A116Z types. Because let's be honest, if one of those hits, it changes everything, categorically. But here's the trick. You don't overexpose yourself to the noise. Just because something is trading doesn't mean it deserves space in your portfolio. Every coin that you buy should have a purpose. Long-term hold, swing trade, lottery ticket, know your allocation, and more importantly, stick to it. You don't need 100 coins. You need 10 fantastic ones with a solid plan. This isn't about chasing those pumps. It is about structuring your portfolio so it can survive those dips, thrive in those rallies, and then grow even when you're not glued to that screen. Because please remember, it's not the loudest portfolio that wins. It's the one that lasts. Don't quit. Why most people fail and how you won't. Let's end with the most important truth in all of crypto. Don't quit. Seriously. The market is designed to shake people out. It rewards the patient and punishes the impulsive. And the stats, they don't lie. If you just got in the game, stay in it. Keep learning and keep showing up day after day, because the chances of your success multiply like crazy the longer that you're in. Most people, they quit after one bad cycle, disappear when things get boring, or maybe even bearish, go sideways, whatever have you. But the ones who win, they are the ones who still, 5 years later, are still here and they're thriving. Bear markets are where the wealth is built. Bull markets, well, they're where it's realized. And if you've been actively investing, researching dollar cost averaging, and building your portfolio while everyone else is distracted, sleeping at the wheel, or maybe giving up, you're doing it right. You're ahead of 90% of the people who just don't show up when it's easy. And yeah, it takes discipline, but that's what separates the lucky from the legendary. Crypto isn't a get rich quick scheme. It's a get rich smart and get rich and patient game. And if you've watched this far, chances are you're built for it. So make the plan, stick to the plan, and most importantly, don't stop showing up. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment and let us know which step hit hardest. Are you dollar cost averaging? Are you rebalancing your portfolio? Are you committed to sticking it out for the next 5 years? We would love to hear from you. And if this video gave you any value, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss out on our next update from JRNY TV. Thanks again for watching, and remember, the future belongs to those who start preparing for it today. We'll see you in the next one.